Hello and welcome to another fun and exciting, super fantastic episode of, I keep looking over at Dave because he's the one who tells me to bring it up. Exciting episode.
You can take it down now.
No budget. I, of course, am Milo Denniston. And,
of course.
And with me, as always, Mr. Adrienne Heffernan and
Sir Dave Cullen.
Sir, wow.
I've been knighted.
Yeah, the knighted.
But first, we've each seen some fantastic short films available online that we want to talk about.
Correct.
And so let's go. Who wants to go first?
I would go first.
No, why not?
Absolutely.
So the first one is a film called 97%. And this is a film directed by, what was the gentleman's name?
He's got notes in it.
Ben Brand. Director Ben Brand. And it's screenplay by Thomas van der Ree. And it's a Dutch film? Is it a Danish film? It's a Dutch film. It's a Dutch film. And it tells the story of finding love in the strangest of places. A gentleman called Bert goes on a train, on a little trip on a train, and he gets a little message on a love app, kind of like a Tinder type thing, and it starts telling him that they found a match for him in the general vicinity, about 25 meters near him. So he's kind of looking around the train like this, and it's telling him a description of, she has, this hair color, she's this height, she's got this kind of
Dean
smile,
Martin.
right? all this kind of
stuff,
all this kind of weird shit, and he's looking around, see if you can kind of find the characteristics of this person. And what's nice about it is, I mean, it's not shot fantastically, right? It's nothing truly memorable. It's shot well. It's very competently put together, but it's no dialogue at all. So it relies purely on other visual body language and cues and all these kinds of things.
I love the fact that he's looking at it and it's going, she's 25 meters away, she's 20 meters away, and he's kind of frantic, about where she is and trying to spot her, and he has this moment with another girl, but she's not, the girl, because she's not within the right amount of space. So he completely ignores this magical moment.
The spontaneity, basically. And that's actually another thing that's, I think, so kind of divisive about the whole, but I have a problem with the whole smartphone thing, is that you will miss the real world because you're glued and tied to your smartphone, and that's what rules you, and you make decisions around that in your life. And so that's the thing, and there's a perfectly good person there, but no, my smartphone says this, I do what my smartphone tells me, and maybe we're doing that when it comes to finding love or whatever.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that's the more, that's, I think, what this story is. I think that's the theme of this film, is that we're so beholden to this. It's the same, the lady who drove to another country because her navigation system told her to go there, and this is how we meet people nowadays. It's, these apps and phone stuff, and you might have the perfect person sitting directly in front of you, and not see it, like us.
Exactly.
You also see it socially, But you see it socially when people are awkward. They'll turn to their phone and kind of start to do stuff on their phone. It's almost like a tick, It's like, I'll just get this out. And
it's just a compulsion.
Yeah,
exactly. So now, what we talked before the show, we spoke about budgets, and you guys had.
Yeah, I definitely got the vibe that this did have a budget. It was shot on like a subway light rail system, multiple people in the background in public places where they would have had to get permits. So I did get the vibe that this did have a decent amount of budget. And you said you've got, tell us.
It was supported by AFK Amsterdam and the Netherlands Film Funds. So it obviously had some backing. Does anyone want to guess what the budget was? You and Vinny?
10,000 euros.
I would say it was actually more. I'd say it was more about 30.
5.
Oh, 5,000.
Nice.
They must have pulled in a shit ton of favors.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, to shoot in those locations. Well, it does look good.
Well, it does,
certainly.
But I mean, it's not cinematic. I mean, it's not beautiful to the eye. It's a great story. It's amazing that there is no dialogue and it keeps you watching.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're not looking at it going, oh, that's just.
And it feels like there was dialogue in it. That kind of weird way you watch it, and then you feel like someone said something. Now, it's done very well. Winner, and it's been listed in tons of festivals.
Of course.
Winner in Shortcuts Amsterdam 2014. Winner Audience Award in the International Film Festival Paris 2013. A number of other victories for this short film.
So all right. Well, I guess where can people see it if they want to watch it?
I will include a link below to the
In the
video.
show notes.
Exactly, show notes. That's where you're going to see it. So click on the link below.
Nice.
Shall we show a little clip now?
Yep, let's show a clip.
Dude, there's a clip.
All right, and I hope everybody enjoyed the clip and checks out the show. Next, do you want to go next or should I go next?
Well, I'm really very easy.
That's what.
That's what she
That's
said.
what she said. That's what your mom said.
Unnecessary. You go first.
Okay, I'll go first. So I want to talk about a show called The Talk. And
A short film called The Talk.
Yes, a short film called The Talk.
Okay.
I stand corrected. A short film called The Talk. So it's starring John Hugenacker.
It looks like Hugenacker.
Hugenacker.
He's like, Hugenacker.
Might want to look at that for your stage name, John. Isabella, and the daughter is Isabella Corvetti Cramp, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
Directed by Joe Otting, written by David Jenkins. Produced music, blah, blah, blah. Cinematography, I want to call it the cinematographer in this, Jeff Stonehouse.
It was also produced by Joe Otting and Aaron Cooley, just to include Aaron Cooley in there.
Okay, to the film though. So what I love about this film is it shows what you can do with, I don't know what the budget was, but I could get the impression that it's not a lot, but it shows what you can do with good acting, good filmmaking in one location.
Absolutely.
The film is literally a conversation between a father and a daughter at a restaurant, talking about, their relationship to each other and their relationship to the mother. The father talks about the wife, the daughter, and the daughter kind of responds to that. And I won't give anything away.
You're not going to spoil it?
I'm not going to spoil it.
We have to say at the very least, it's not just a conversation.
It's not just a conversation.
It's a sketch comedy in which he's very brutally honest
Yes.
with the daughter.
Jaw-droppingly really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like,
discusses things that, yes.
But the thing is that she comes back
Right.
Right
with
as straight
an
on.
energy of her own that is spectacular.
It's beautiful.
And the consolation pie to me is just because she starts off eating the pie and he's like, "There you
Can
go,
I have a
there's
bite
your
of
pie."
that?
It's so
Yeah.
patronising, And at the end, she just slides the pie back over to him, and he's weeping and just digging into the pie.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Yeah, it's like, how's that lard pie?
Yeah. The thing about it too, besides the great acting and the great script, is it's one location. They never move. They sit across the table from each other. It's basically just a couple of cross shots, a little bit of slide. The waitress comes up, but it looks like a film.
The composition, the lighting,
beautiful.
Everything about it is just sweet.
Yeah, well done.
Even the background extras, everything is very you're just in a space. You're in this little cafeteria, whatever it is.
Absolutely, and you can totally see, if you know some actors, cinematographer. That you can make this film without a ton of money.
Really
I said, I don't know what their budget was. I'm sure there was some, but
I said it meant mostly on those actors.
yeah, probably. It was really, really well done.
Yeah.
But it is the fact that essentially you've got two actors, a few extras, but two actors, one location,
Having a
and
conversation.
look at what they made.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
No exploding spaceships.
None
no-
needed.
That's for later.
Story, exactly. All you need is a good story and a good crew to make a good film.
Yeah.
All right, so
Show a clip of that.
we're going to show a clip of it, and when we come back, we will discuss Adrienne's film,
This is The Talk.
The Talk.
I intentionally stay late at work longer hours. Not because I have to, it's because I don't want to come home. Been doing that for years. It chills me out after a long day of work. I can just sit there and, I don't know, play video games. I can watch Netflix. I can pull up old girlfriends on Facebook. And, I'm there and you and Mom and your brother are, not there.
Dad?
Yeah, sweetheart.
I have something I want to tell you too.
Go. This is our time, you and me.
You're not my real father.
Okay, and that was the talk. Next up, Adrienne's film.
My one is a short called "What's Virgin Mean?" Mm-hmm. Basically, I suppose kind of when I saw your one, it was almost inspired by that. It's again a single location, with just a mother and a daughter. You know, the daughter is kind of drawing a little picture at the kitchen table as the mother's making dinner. You know, and in the midst of all of this, the little girl says, "Mom, what's virgin mean?" And so the mother goes into this quite kind of elaborate and almost quite intense as she's whipping batter. I want a mum.
Well, a mother and a father love each other very much.
And he puts his special thing in. It's fantastic. The acting's great. I just love, again, single location, 2 actors, great idea, beautifully shot.
And it's short too. It's what, 2.5, 3 minutes long. Like, it's not long.
This, just to say, directed by Michael Davies, produced by Sandra Gorell. Now, what's different about this over the films that we picked, I mean, it's strangely enough, we all picked comedies.
Yeah.
Right? But yours is what I would say, it's a sketch more so, right? Because it's one kind of gag, sucker punch at the end.
Well,
it's
a lot of
built
people
around
call
one
it a
show.
punchline short, like, you know, something that just kind of,
Right, exactly.
It is a sketch, absolutely.
Yeah. No, and it's a great final piece. And part of you can kind of see that it's coming.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still really impactful when it happens.
Yeah.
So,
Mummy,
Yes, darling.
what's virgin mean?
Sorry, darling?
What does virgin mean?
Girls and boys, I mean grown-ups, bodies are different, but they're made to fit together in a very clever way. Like a jigsaw.
Like the jigsaw's grandpa does?
Yes. I mean, no.
And when you look at it, like, you know, certainly it's beautifully cinematically shot.
Yeah.
Like the image quality, everything about it, it's beautifully propped, the table. So, I mean, there's all of those skills going into something
The
like
whipping.
that. Gosh, she's just so good. It gets me excited when she starts whipping.
Yeah. And it was good. I do caution people starting out, though, to not go too heavy with the twist ending. I do think that does get overdone, and I've seen that a lot with these 24-hour challenges that we do a lot here in Dublin, and a lot of these short films where everybody's like, oh, we got to have a twist ending, and it's like, you could still tell a good story without a twist ending.
Yeah.
And
in fact, if you're going to tell something that has a twist or a punchline ending, it needs to be very beautifully set up so it's not evident. So it's not like a steamroller coming towards you, and that's the problem. Like a lot of these things, the twist ending is kind of transparent, or
it's like telegraphed a million miles away.
And so it's not thrown in there for the purpose of having a twist ending. Like, so your short, the ending, it is kind of a twist, but you can see where it came from. Yeah. As soon as that little bit happens, you're like,
it's thematically relevant.
Exactly. It's not like, oh, we need to change the story, so let's just throw this random twist ending in here.
And then the other problem with these twist endings, which people making short films can do, because maybe they haven't fully fleshed out their story, and they're kind of like, I've backed myself into a corner, and you need almost a kind of a weird Deus ex machina. It's kind of like, I need something to resolve this. I don't know how to resolve it, so let's just do something random, something big at the end, and then...
Yeah, I watched a short. Maybe I'll talk about this on the next show. It's like a little horror short, and when I was thinking of something for this episode, and I'm going to give it away because, to be honest, I wasn't impressed with it. And basically the idea is this guy is talking into a webcam and he invites a prostitute over. And the gist of it is he invites the prostitute over for the webcam because his buddy's watching him, and then he kills the prostitute, right? And he's like, oh, I can't believe I did it. And like the whole time what's going to happen, the prostitute's going to come back alive and, or do something. And that's literally what happens. And it was so predictable and cliche because she was a vampire. So it's like, the last.
And was the name of the film?
In my whole life.
Was the name of the film Vampire Prostitute?
I know, totally like cheesy horror flick ripoff. And the guy was good. Like, I mean, he had a good look to him. Like, I think he's a good actor, but and it was just funny because like he's talking to the camera the whole time. And then, the last little bit is the vampire woman coming up and being like, like, oh my God. Like, one, you knew it was going to happen, and two, it was so terrible when it did happen. If you got to do it right. Cool. All right. Well, we've talked about our films.
They're all in the link below in the description box.
All the link below in the description. Be sure to subscribe because we, have awesome stuff that we talk about on this show. And every episode is better than the previous episode.
Except this one. But this one's okay.
Stay tuned for an interview with Kenan Demersay.
You got it right that time.
Woo!
Woo!
All right.
Thanks, guys.